Before I get started with this video, I just really want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. Like, I am blown away by how many new subscribers I've gotten in a week. It's crazy to me, but I'm super, super grateful. My shy, introverted part just really wants to curl up and run away from my channel, but I am not gonna do that. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that is new here, and welcome. And of course, welcome back to my OGs. Thank y'all for continuing to support me. So y'all, this week I've been trying to really think about what I wanted to talk about today. And the thing that kept coming up for me is forgiveness. I think the reason why this topic was so strong in my mind is because just watching other people, other situations take place in like my family, and also a situation with me and someone in my family. And throughout this journey, specifically like the last 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, I've really gotten to understand the importance of forgiveness and what forgiveness truly means, because I used to feel like when we forgave someone, we forgave them for them, I guess. And in a way, like, I did not ever want to forgive anybody because it felt like I was just, excusing their behavior. But as I've really come to understand what forgiveness is, I realized that we don't forgive for other people. We forgive for ourselves. We forgive so that our minds can be free. A lot of times things that we are holding on to, specifically when it comes to unforgiveness, like those things keep us in the past. And how can you grow and how can you move forward if you're so stuck in the past? And it's not an easy thing to do. Like, I know to tell someone that you got to forgive somebody, that can trigger people. It's still not one of my favorite words, but it is a very necessary part of moving on and growing and healing. And it's not an easy thing to do, but it's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, it's crazy because when you think about forgiving somebody, when you finally get to a point where you're like, okay, I forgive this person, sometimes you don't realize that you are still a little bit triggered by that person and what they did. And so even though you forgave them, you still haven't fully forgiven them. Like, I had a situation where I found myself having to forgive someone, and I thought that I was over it, and then I realized that I wasn't, and I had to forgive that person again. And that was something that I had to do quite a few times, actually. Like, it took me a good maybe 2 years to fully reach a point where I was at peace with it. And so sometimes that's what forgiveness looks like. Sometimes it looks like forgiving that person over and over and over again until you reach a place of peace with the situation. And when I say forgiveness, like, I don't mean, go to this person and be like, oh my God, I forgive you, I forgive you. Like, what I did, and, I'm just telling y'all my experience. We all have different things that work for us. And so you have to find what your thing is. But for me, there is this place I really enjoy going on, like hikes and nature walks and stuff like that. So there's this place that I go for nature walks, and there's a lot of water there. And there's one little section that I go to sit at when I really just need to think and just clear my mind and write sometimes and release. And it's crazy because not a lot of people realize that little spot is right there. So it just was the perfect spot for me. But I go there when I just need to be. And that became my place where I would write about whatever the situation was. I would write about it, how it made me feel, and how I felt towards the person, how I felt towards myself about the situation. I would just write. And then once I finished, I would rip the paper up and just throw it into the water. And I did that so many times, but one day I just looked up and realized, like, wow, I'm actually free from this thing. Like, I am no longer bothered or upset by this situation. I'm at peace. And that is the ultimate goal when it comes to forgiveness, is peace. You want to be at peace within, because that's what's really the most important thing. You gotta find peace. Like, your peace, when you have peace within yourself, it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter how chaotic a place or a thing is. Like, when you have peace within, you're unaffected. Like, you cannot be moved by the chaos. You can just observe it and walk through it and just still, just be. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't bother you. But yeah, forgiveness is what has really been coming to my mind, because it is really an important part of, like, your healing journey. You can't truly be healed when you're holding on to unforgiveness in your heart. And as difficult as that thing is, it is something that you have to learn to do. I can't tell you how to do it. I can just tell you that, you have to find your way. I told y'all in the last video, like, I like to journal. Journaling is an outlet for me. That's how I release. And so that's my way. Some people like to talk. So maybe you should go find you someone who you feel comfortable speaking with, and not necessarily like a family member or a friend. Like, find a professional who you really click with, somebody that you vibe with. One thing that I learned, because I have a degree in psychology, and one thing that I learned while I was in school is when you look for a therapist, for one, we got to interview the therapist like we would be interviewed for like a job. Like, you want to make sure that the person that you decide to sit down with is somebody that you really click with, somebody that, you feel a connection with. You don't want to sit down with somebody who is completely opposite of you and you just looking for somebody to talk to. When you find a therapist or a counselor or a life coach or whoever, like, it's got to be somebody that you vibe with. And so if that's your way though, go out and find you a therapist. Find somebody that you can talk to. Like, there's so many ways. Some people release through music. Some people release through art. Like, whatever your thing is, find that thing. But you just have to be able to really forgive anybody in your life who has hurt you in any way. And then also, when it comes to forgiveness, one of the more important parts of forgiveness is, we got to forgive other people, but we also have to forgive ourselves. When I say that we have to forgive ourselves, I'm not saying it in a way that we are blaming ourselves for whatever the situation is that we are going through or that happened to us or whatever. We also forgive ourselves for the same reason that we forgive other people. It's how you reach a place of peace. It's how you can be free truly from the situation. And you forgive yourself and you give yourself grace for allowing a person or a situation to have so much control and power over your life. Because at the end of the day, like, we are all responsible for our own lives, our own choices, how we choose to live, how we choose to think, what we choose to hold on to. Like, we are all responsible for those things. And so that's why we forgive ourselves for allowing anything outside of us to have any type of control over us, our minds. But yeah, so that is what I have for y'all today. I do want to give y'all a journal prompt. And this one is kind of long. Not really, but if you don't already have a piece of paper and a pen with you, go grab one, pause me real quick, and then come back. But this one says, for so long, I've been holding on to this pain inside. This pain has manifested itself in so many negative ways in my life. But today, I choose to free myself from. And then whatever that thing is that you choose to free yourself from, like, just write, y'all. Write, speak, whatever. But don't be afraid to say what that thing is. Because in order to truly heal, you have to face the darkest parts of yourself, which is not always easy, but it is very necessary. You gotta go through the darkness to get to the light. And so don't be afraid to go into that place that you've been trying to avoid or trying to cover up or trying to bury. Like, it's time for you to dig it up. It's time for you to dig it up. If you're serious about this journey, you're going to have to face some things that you really don't want to. And that's okay. But I believe that that's all that I have for y'all today. Actually, no, it's not. One other thing, y'all, that I wanted to mention in this video. One thing that I've struggled with along my journey is finding people to hold me accountable. like having accountability partners, I think that that's, a very necessary thing that we should all have, but that's just my opinion. But I find myself having to be my own accountability partner. And I just want to challenge anybody here who also, if you're looking for someone to hold you accountable, y'all leave some comments. Like, what is it that you are trying to accomplish? We're not even gonna go as far as saying this year. Like, what are some things that you're trying to accomplish just this month or this week that you need somebody to hold you accountable on? Drop it in the comments, and I will ask you when I see your comment. I'm gonna ask you next week or at the end of the month, like, what's up with this thing that you said you was trying to do? And I want y'all to do the same thing for me, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been working on, I'm still debating if I want to say it yet, because I'm not sure who all is watching my channel, and not everybody wishes the best for you. But I do have something, y'all, that I'm working on, that there is an important step to this process that I need to get done by the end of the week. And so, if anybody wants to hold me accountable, please ask me in the comments at the end of the week, did you get that thing done? But yeah, it's important for us to show up for ourselves, and it's important for us to show up for other people. And so, y'all just being here, all the new subscribers that I've gotten, made me realize, like, I can't continue to let fear take over. I can't continue to run away from things. And so I will continue to stay consistent with this channel, not just for me, but for y'all. And one last thing, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video. I've been trying to do this thing where I have something that I focus on for the week. So since today is Sunday, I feel like Sunday is the perfect day to start. Like, to write that thing down and then just focus on it throughout the week. So I'm also challenging y'all to do the same. If there's something that you like, say it's a habit that you're trying to break, or a habit that you're trying to create, a healthy habit, like, what is that thing? Write it down and look at it every day this week. Like, for me this week, I really want to focus on learning when to shut my mouth, because I be talking too much sometimes. Like, sometimes I just be saying too much, and I need to learn when to cállate. So that's my focus for this week, is just learning when to be quiet. So I'm going to write that down on a piece of paper, and I'm going to look at it every day, so that anytime I do feel myself getting ready to say too much, I'm going to be reminded to just keep it quiet and be, shush. But yeah, I challenge y'all to do the same if you feel called to. But anyway, y'all, that's going to be a wrap on this video. So I hope that y'all have an amazing, beautiful, blessed day and week. And just remember that you are capable of getting to the place that you are trying to get to. No matter how tough this journey seems, you will get to where you are trying to get to. Just keep your mind strong, stay strong, and just keep on pushing on, y'all. We gonna make it, all right? And so, for anyone here who does not know who I am, my name is Lexi, and this is Uncensored Souls.